Are you ready, Grotz?
Aye, aye, Big Mac.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Big Mac.
Oh, it's time for Monday Night WAAAGH. Under red, ones go faster. Okay, we'll work on it. We're workshopping it. WAAAGH! Welcome back to the Red Ones Go Faster. I'm old Big Mac. That's Best Grot.
I'm Best Grot.
Right? And we are here to bring you Monday Night WAAAGH. So, for those of you that don't know how this works or you're watching this afterwards, we get the stream going. We give everybody a chance to get it settled in, grab themselves a red squig using their Hot Work Summer mugs, and then we get into our main topic for the night. Tonight is going to be a good one because Orks finally went on pre-order, so we have a lot to talk about. So let's get into
You
it.
can pre-order Orks to add to your Space Marines bases as dead bodies?
All night. We're going to be stuck with them all night.
You're welcome.
All right, let me get the live chat software going up here. There we go. Okay, got you up there. Hey there, Bubba the Wizard, Burden Denal, Clayton Schmeck Pepper, BFG 6900, and Dirt Hermit. What's going, guys? How's everybody doing this lovely Monday evening? We have I know the background still looks pretty backgroundy, but if you'll notice, there is stuff missing out of the case. And if we do this with the camera, you'll see there's lots of stuff missing. This is basically all that's left. We are preparing imminently for the big move of the studio because I'm going to be Best Grot's roommate. So he decided that he was all in on the channel. So we are moving the studio to his room.
Y'all can see my Space Marine book collection in the backgrounds.
Yeah, so he's been talking. We've been talking. We've been negotiating, and we might have a small beaky section in the bottom corner of the background. You know, maybe
this guy has 3 Beaky armies that I just found today. Okay, he cannot be talking bad about them.
Seriously, you guys, I wish I had like a live cam for like all the reaction reveals. Every time he saw a box come out of here and went, wait, where did that come from? What Warhammer is that? And I'm like, oh, pop that open. And like, he looks at all the stuff and he's like, I didn't even know you had this army. I'm like, I didn't know I had that army.
He opened up one of his drawers to see what was in there and said, I didn't know I had a 3rd Imperial Guard army.
That's not true. I knew I had a 3rd Imperial Guard army. I didn't know that I had unpainted ones for the 3rd Imperial Guard army. Pezzle the Polychromatic. Never played Orks, and yet I'm tempted to get the new Codex. Yes, indeed. It is very, very interesting. We've got so much to talk about on those pre-orders, which surprisingly are up for 2 weeks, which means everything is coming out the first weekend of September. So even though Games Workshop themselves said August in their live stream, clearly that didn't happen. So a little interesting there because we were debating last week on whether or not they were going to make it or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, you finally capached an orc, right?
Yeah, I found one of those like orcs that you get when you start out painting, and it's like that basic orc boy with the pistol and like the chainsword. And then there's the Space Marine Intercessor. So I did a kit bash with the orc, and I didn't even paint any of this. I just found all this junk, and I created a Space Marine orc using the Assault Intercessor beginner that's just standing there. I carved out his hand, and I put on his backpack. Really, really hard, guys.
So what did you call it? A spork?
Yeah, like a space orc.
Space orc, a spork. I like sporks. We're gonna do a whole spork army. Hey, Clayton Schmeck Pepper says, "Long live the Grot Revolution." Oh, Burden Denal already pre-ordered the Codex in several kits for your local store. Nice. At least reserve them. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, let's talk about what we're buying. So first of all, guys, as we get into this, we do have our super chat goal back up again, and we are back to all chats count. Every chat counts, no minimum, no anything like that. Got that all fixed up. So there we go there. we're going to throw in bonus questions for the AMA. That is what we're doing the second half of tonight. If you all remember, we hit 10,000 subscribers 7 days ago, or no, 9 days ago. And so we've been doing 10 different things of 10 for the 10K. So like we've got 10% off on the web store. Use code 10K, 10K at theredwindsgofaster.com. Get your OG Go Fastest shirt. Got the new Hot Work summer hats in pink and the blue, right? Yeah, and then for those of you that don't like the Hot Work summer tanks, we do have the tee with the get in gets who's going to the WAAAGH, but it still has the Hot Work summer on the sleeve. I actually really like how these turned out. And then don't forget your handy dandy notebook. But yeah, so part of the 10,000 subscriber special is I asked channel members, patrons, etc., for their questions for the AMA. So here in my little handy dandy red notebook for Red's Clues, I have 8 questions. And so what I need from you guys, the chat, is 2 more questions. Now, this is AMA. It means ask me anything. It doesn't have to be Orks. It doesn't have to be Warhammer. It can be literally anything at all. We're going to pick the 2 best questions in the chat to add to the 8. That'll be our 10. If we hit our super chat goal, we'll add more questions. So if you want to make sure your question gets in, throw up a super chat, and maybe you'll get picked, and we'll do a bonus round. So that's coming the second half of tonight to give everybody a chance to put in questions. So make sure you get those going in the chat. All right, let's go. Hey there, Punch. Saying hello to old Big Mac and every drop boy and knob. Space Marine at work equals smork. I don't know. Do you like smork or... No, I like spork better. Yep, Jojo M1, it is a great day to be at work. And Crimson Chained and a grot. It's a great day to be a grot. Is to start kicking your kid out of his bedroom to play Warhammer on TV is pre-peak Grimdark. No. That's not what's happening at all. Best grot and favorite grot have been sharing a room since we moved in. It's a great big giant room. Like it's as big as 2 bedrooms, easy. But they really liked it because then they could play things on the floor, right? They put out all their Legos or all their, Hot Wheels or whatever, and have the great big floor to play with. Well, now they're kind of getting big and they're kind of like getting in each other's spaces and stuff. And this is actually a bedroom. It's got a window and stuff. And but we just couldn't figure out like who's going to get this giant room while the other kids all have a regular bedroom. And then it was like, wait a minute, the mech shop needs somewhere to go. And so after some negotiations, we decided that Best Grot is going to share his ginormous bedroom with old Big Mac. And so, yeah, that's what we're getting. What are you pointing at, bud? Oh, hey, we got a super chat. Pezlo, the Polychromatic, with the first one of the night. Let's hear it for Grot Shields coming back. Oh, yeah.
Please promote me to a boy. Or please, just a little mech. Please,
a something. Little mech. You don't want to be Best Grot anymore?
Can I be a Grot? I just don't want to be a Grot.
You want to be Best Boy? Decadec, the pre-orders are up today. They go up on Saturday, and they stay up for 2 weeks. So let me pull up the article, and we'll get talking about it. All right, get the share screen going on here. Kapow, and should pop up right there. There we go. All right, you guys are seeing it. Okay, so this is on warhammercommunity.com. This is where you find all things official Warhammer. So if you're ever like confused on what's going on, check Warcom. That's why everyone says, go there. But we've got 15 orc detachments. We'll talk about that in a second. But the main order is this right here. On Sunday, they preview the things that go on pre-order the next Saturday. So this article came out yesterday for the things that are going to be ordered on Saturday, which is the 22nd, right? Yeah, 22nd. So this is sneak Sunday preview, Orks Rampage in next week. So first of all, you get the first new codex of the 11th edition. It is Codex Orks. Now, for those of you that don't know, the codex has changed. It is a smaller format size, and it is soft cover. It is also 25% cheaper than it was before. So, for the one time Games Workshop finally lowers a price on something, like a little bit of a hand clap on that one. Now, I have lots of codexes. I have every Orc codex. I have most every Imperial Guard and Space Marine codex and Craftworld Eldar, a couple of others. I really like collecting the codexes. I love the artwork. I love the background. they're one of those things that like is worth having, you know, the collection of them if that's your chosen army, because there's so many things that get cut out and changed for each codex, right? And so it kind of gives you like a little library of lore and background, and it just kind of really shows you how the army grows. I prefer soft cover codexes to play with. Like if you were going to go play a game, having a soft cover codex is so much easier to transport. It's so much lighter. It's so much easier to read. So much easier to have out on the battlefield. I prefer a hardcover codex for like collecting and having nice on the shelf. So I can kind of do either way. I love this because they went both ways. So the regular codex, which will be available, you know, until we get a codex in 12th edition, is soft cover. And then they give you a hardcover version if you want to get the collector's edition. Now, the collector's edition is more money. Oh no, but the contents is the same. So the only thing different is that it's hardcover. I think they format size it a little bigger, and then they like green and gold gilt the pages and stuff, which is you know, take it or leave it. But I do like that they at least give you the option. So if you are a collector and you like having hardcover books that are nice for a library collection, you have an option. If you're a player or you don't want to spend money on something like that, I do applaud that they went cheaper and went soft cover. I think that is a good one. Okay. DeGrot gets promoted to the best boy. I don't know. Are you going to be the best boy instead of the best Grot? It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
I mean, it might. I don't know. I'll think it names.
You'll think about it. You'll think about it. Let's see.
Could I just be the best Gretchen until the like Games Workshop like gets rid of raw shields?
So does anyone have Here We Go? James Wilson, we used to be able to get reprint copies of Here We Go in hardcover. It's been a couple of years since I did a run of those. But if you guys are interested in having your own copy, oh no, it's not Here We Go though. It's WAAAGH the Orks from Rogue Trader. We were not able to get Here We Go reprinted. But yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. Silver Nail, they are wrong on the new codex price. Games Workshop has already released the prices, and it is definitely not 60. 60 is probably the collector edition one, not the softcover one. And yeah, Auspex Tactics already covered the prices. Yeah, Tiger Melts, if you got prices, yeah, so if you guys don't know, Tiger Melts runs a store. By all means, throw them up. What are our prices? Because we're going to talk about those. And if you got like a if it's like a picture or something, throw it up on Discord and let me know, and I'll pull up that screen. We'll do that after the article here. Much appreciated. Oh, Crimson Chain, we got our second super chat of the night. Crimson Chain said, "Question for you: what's your favorite codex?" Ooh.
Obviously, the Ultramarines Codex from like 2015.
Honestly, that question is so good that needs to be an AMA because there is more than one answer to that. All right, Tiger Melts has us on the Discord, so I will make sure to get that pulled up, and we'll do that thing next. Thank you much, by the way. Much appreciated. Let's see that, and I'm assuming that's on our Discord. For those of you that aren't on our Discord, why aren't you on our Discord? It's totally free. I pay the money so that we have a premium Discord server where you can host unlimited pictures and stuff and make your own emojis. Like, you guys should come use it. It is a banging Discord. We've got 1,100 and something, 1,170, something like that members. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna I'll reference the price as we look at each thing. And this again is thanks to Tiger Melts, who runs the store. So we got Codex Orks in English, US dollars is 40. And then what is map? Is map what you can actually sell it for, Tiger Melts? So I'm guessing 40 is like MSRP, but maps is what you could actually like go down to. Minimum advertised price. Okay, perfect. Okay, so full retail on Codex Orks is 40, and the minimum advertised price is 34. So that is a huge drop from the 60 that they used to be. So I'm really happy with that. Lowest you can price before breaking TOS. Nice, got it. Beautiful. Thank you, Tiger Melts. All the internet cookies for Tiger Melts. Okay, so there's the codex. Actually, does your do you have the price on the special edition codex? I'm not seeing that on your list. Do you know if it's any different? But yeah, 34, not bad. I am not going to complain about 34. That is totally reasonable for a soft cover rule book with great artwork and rules and stuff in it. No problem there. Next is Boss Nazdrag. So there's Boss Nazdrag. For those of you that haven't seen him yet, he is like the size of Gaz, just about. Absolutely massive, chunky model. He's the Bad Moon's Warlord. He is super awesome. He is delayed a little bit in Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. He is coming, and Nazdrag retail is 60, maps is 51. That's obviously a little pricey. However, this is not just a named character, but a really high level named character. This would be like the equivalent of who's your guy? Not Rabuta Gilman, the second one. Yeah, this is like equivalent of like a Marnius Calgar kit, right? He's like a chapter master. This kit is over the top. It is a special character. It is something you're only ever going to buy one of. So not the worst deal at $60 or 51 minimum. What's up?
I was gonna say that he looks a lot like an Imperial Fist with that paint job, Imperial Fist and Terminator armor. Anybody?
Right, yeah. The Bad Moons and the Imperial Fist definitely a lot alike. Yeah, plus that claw, right? That helps too.
He's in Terminator armor, man. It's just
the armor. All right, so next is the War Boss. You guys know the War Boss. I've only been showing the box off for how many months now? 4? At least 4 months. We're finally getting the actual War Boss, so I can have a clean, nice box to go with the one that Purple Squig chewed up. And the War Boss is 47. The maps is $39.95. So figure $40. Honestly, not bad. As I showed you guys the physical box, he's huge. He's going to be at least 3 sprues. It's like 8 different head options, 4 different war gear loadouts, multiple different like chest plates and shoulder armors, different boss poles, the attack squig, the grot leader. Like, this is a good kit. I'm totally okay with this deal as well. Metal Skull says, torn between the War Boss and the Bikers. The nice thing is all of these guys are going to be available until they're replaced again. Okay, so there's no FOMO here. I know that they're going to go into stock and probably go out of stock pretty fast as everybody buys them. They will come back into stock. These are going to be regular production for years and years and years. Okay, so don't go crazy. You have to go buy it all at once. You don't have to, do that kind of thing. So if you gotta piece it out, okay, that's totally okay. But I really like the War Boss. The one thing that I am excited for, so I'm gonna get the War Boss right away, and the reason for that is I need to do a kit bashing video for you guys, because what I'm excited about is because this kit comes with so many different parts, right? Like I said, 8 different heads, 4 different close combat weapons, multiple different shooting options, etc. You're going to have a ton of extra parts. All you need for those extra parts is a body. Where can you get a really, really, really cheap Ork War Boss body right now? Right? Armageddon and all of the starter sets, right? Because all the starter sets are the same War Boss as in Armageddon. So if you guys are doubling up on anything, if you're buying an introductory set, if you're buying a second, Armageddon, or an Armageddon half or anything like that, you're gonna have a spare War Boss, and nobody wants 2 identical War Bosses. So let's buy a multi-part War Boss and an Armageddon War Boss and see what kind of cool kit bash we can do to make a totally unique one. So that video will be coming at you. What you got?
I have the squig.
No. We've been over this. Squigs are mine. Yeah, guys. These are going to be long running kits, so no worries there. All right, next we get the mini mech. Now, the mini mech, first of all, people were surprised that they even made it, because the current
mini mech,
right? The current mini mech is not that old at all. 2, is all plastic and really nice to build and looks really good. And 3 is not a character that like is in super high demand. Like no one's going to go out and buy the new version of it because there's nothing there's nothing there, right? He's just not that old. So the new one has a little chain thingy on his back, like whoop-de-doo, but he's still a mech with a wrench. His pricing is insane. 43.50 for this guy, retail, and the maps is 36.98, so $37. Okay. So again, 40 bucks for the war boss, who comes with 8 heads, 4 pieces of equipment, a squig, and a grot, or 37 for a mini mech on a 32 millimeter. Absolutely insane. Totally nuts. And yeah, okay, they glow up mini mechs. Dude, mini mechs are the easiest character to kit bash. That was literally one of the first videos we did on the channel 3 years ago. You can make one using the Spanaboy in the Bernaluda kit. Like, yeah, I do
make
not.
one of those out of my Ultramarines.
Right? Yeah, there's so many like Ultramarines, claw arm tech marine backpack things. Like it's just
I could just use some like
yeah.
commissar arms.
So I would not buy this guy. I would even buy this guy at the minimum. I would just kind of ignore him. So yeah, there's the mini mech, and then we got the boys. So these are the multi-part boys. These are not the Armageddon boys. I want to say this again. These guys are not push fit. So the boys that you buy in the starter sets, okay, are the push fit ones. They're the Armageddon ones. The boys that were coming in a box by themselves, retail, are all multi-pose glue kits. Okay, that's what these guys are. So they're going to come with all the options. You're going to get a big shooter. You're going to get a rocket launcher. You're going to get a Scorcher in there. You got the knob with different options for him. He's got a super cute little squiggy. You got the ammo grot. So really, really, really nice kit. Retails at 65, maps is 55.25. It's a little bit of a bump because like the B Snaggas are 60, but it does make sense. These guys, first of all, you've got more models. You do have the grot in there. But second of all, the knob is also a bigger model as well. And then you just have way more options. They give you could build the boys with all regular equipment, or you can build them with, the big shooter, the rocket launcher, and the Scorcher, right? So you are getting a lot of spare parts in there. You're going to get a lot of spare heads and stuff. Obviously, we haven't seen the sprues yet, but we have seen a lot of the alternate builds from Games Workshop themselves. So again, this is one of those where you buy one of these and you can use the spare parts to kit bash 10 of the push fit boys from Armageddon or an introductory box, which is also a video I'll be bringing you. Right, yeah, Travis Bedwell, exactly. You just grab an extra boy. You don't even need a knob because the mini mech is not knob size. He's boy size. He's on a 32 millimeter base. There's nothing to him. He's just a boy. He's literally just a boy. So yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Blissful Badger, waha, on the stream. Best Grot and I were watching your 10 cool things video. We haven't made it all the way through yet. It's been kind of a crazy day here at the mech shop. But your rollout desk is awesome. We were super jelly of that.
That's sick.
Right. Loved the coffee pot / teapot.
We need a mini fridge.
Yeah, Best Grot wants to one up you with a mini fridge, like a little drink fridge, a little red squig fridge in there, which I'm on board with. We need a red squig fridge. And then watching the dice roll was hilarious. Although, dude, you do chainmail? Where's the chainmail videos? For those of you that don't know, our last video was 10 cool things in the mech shop, which was inspired by MS Paint's 50 cool things in his workshop video. I don't have 50 cool things. Plus, we were doing the whole 10,000 subscriber thing, but I do have 10 cool things. So we did a 10 cool things video. And at the end, I challenged 3 different channels to do their own 10 cool things video. And Blissful Badger was one of them. And he has already answered the call. If you haven't had a chance yet, you should go watch his video on it. It's really cool.
I was not there for that video. Who else did you challenge?
We challenged Blissful Badger, WAAAGH Tactics, and Doop, 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 doop. Oh, what is his name? The Ork Kit Bash guy, Ork Mischief. Those were the 3 channels we challenged. So that was a lot of fun. Oh, gee, whoa, no, what happened? I see some sads going on in the chat. Oh, BGG Hobbies, I am so sorry, man. That's no good. Gotta go to a funeral. Well, we will keep it happy here for you, bud. Try to make the day a little better for you. Yeah, for those of you guys looking for a discount on these things, again, our prices are being brought to us by Tiger Belts, who runs a store, and they do online shopping. So he can throw up a link over in the Discord in the FLGS deals once the pre-orders go live. So by all means, support those who support each other. It's where I got my Armageddon boxes from. Oh, Travis Bedwell, I like that. The Wreck-A-Ball off the current truck kit. I like that. That's a really good one. Tiger Mount says our pre-orders will be going live Friday night into Saturday. So let's go. Remove Equalizer. What's the name of the Ork Kit Bash channel? It's shoot, I threw it up there. Did you guys not? I tagged him in the video. So if you go watch the 10 cool things in my studio video, I have tagged him. It's called Ork Mischief. So if you go to YouTube and do @Ork Mischief, that's one of the channels. And yes, Crimson Chain, you did hear correct on Chainmail. Blissful Badger, go watch his 10 cool things video and you will see said Chainmail. It is very cool.
Said thing.
Said thing.
Said thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so there we go. Back to this screen. So there's the boys. Once again, they're coming out. Retail is 65, maps is 55.25. So not a bad deal at all at that price in my mind. Then there's the War Bikers coming out. War Bikers are going to be awesome. You get 1 knob and 2 bikers. The knob can now take some rocket launchers. You got some different weapon options, different head options. They do look to be not just a multi-part kit, but completely compatible with each other, which is super rad. The War Bikers, they retail at $68.50. Maps is $58.23. So once again, if you can get these guys for $58.59, that's a little pricey, but yeah, you are getting 3 little mini vehicles. You're getting a bunch of spare parts you can use for some kit bashing. Yes, Duck a Duck War bikers get rockets now. Only the knob, but yeah, the knob gets bikers, or the knob gets rockets. There we go. Then we have the truck. Now the truck is interesting. It's not my favorite design, to be honest with you. I don't think it is as iconic as the current truck. I like some of the things, like the tires going to actual tires instead of having the metal plates on them. Is a good change. I like the claw and the way they did the truck bed. But yeah, I don't like how tall it is, and I don't like that they made a center driver compartment thing. I don't know. I got to get one. I got to get my hands on one and do some kit bashing, obviously. But the truck, whoo, $85 retail, $72.25 on maps. So yeah, you're not getting this guy for under $72. That is pricey. So yeah, and it's the same size and equipment as the old truck, basically. Although again, it can now have a rocket launcher. I would definitely grab any old trucks you can find. Obviously, just the kit bashing potential alone is amazing. But yeah, truck is quite expensive. Do expect a full line of videos on how to kit bash trucks out of just about every other vehicle Games Workshop makes that's cheaper. So yeah, just FYI, that will be coming out. Oh yeah, Calvin Ryder's going to put the tracks from the Centaur on it. Calvin has been posting in the Discord. He got himself one of the Centaurs from the Imperial Guard and has been working on kit bashing it, and it is amazingly kit bashable. I need to get my paws on one of those. Anyways, we got the Orks command pack and dice. Don't buy the command pack, guys. First of all, it's all going to change. It will likely be FAQ'd before it's even printed and out. And don't buy their dice because their dice are hideously expensive. That command pack of cards is $35 retail or $29.75 maps, which is insane for a pack of cards that will be out of date before they're printed. And the dice are also $35 for that many dice. Yeah, you can go to like Baron of Dice and get double this number at that price. You could go buy like just regular Chessex that don't have an Orc skull on them and get about 200 of them for that price. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, yeah. I mean, if you absolutely want them, by all means, but you must be a bad man because you got way more teeth than I do. Yeah, the Centaurs are fairly usable. See, that's the thing that gets me is a lot of the new vehicles, they didn't really make the price that much on. The Centaur is pretty darn reasonable. The Votan, not the big one, but the little one is quite reasonable. But yeah, there's a bunch out there that aren't that bad. So I don't know why they had to make the truck 50% more expensive. That's crazy. Yep, James Wilson. Every vehicle is an Orc vehicle. Oh yeah, Goliath Rock Grinders. Excellent truck kit bashing there. Anyways, and then we get to the Orc solo releases. So these are the things from Armageddon that are not available in the intro boxes. So they have a command sprue, which has the big boss, the pain boy, and the Bananob on it. That one is, I think it's going to be called like the Orc Hero Pack or something like that. We don't have the pricing on that one, but I think they had already announced the pricing on that one. It's not too terrible, but honestly, you're better off buying an Armageddon box or getting these guys secondhand from a breaker. They're really not that expensive. The Dakarig, whoo, the Dakarig. They wanted $84 retail for the Dakarig. Like, what are you smoking? They're like 45 right now on eBay, secondhand, like unbuilt from people breaking up Armageddon boxes. Like, that is absolutely crazy pants. And as you saw, I've already kit bashed one, not using any parts of one whatsoever. So they're pretty darn easy to kit bash. Yeah, it's yeah. Anyways, don't buy a solo Dakarig from Games Workshop. It's just not worth it. Again, get Armageddon, get an Armageddon half, get a breaker that's breaking up an Armageddon, and just buy one. Yeah. Oh no, Dirt Hermit's got to zog the cell tower, having connection issues again. Oh wow. Kirk Modwit says the Dakarig is pushing $100 for those of us here in Canada. Yeah. Okay, so Games Workshop has one set of prices for the UK, and then it doesn't line up with like conversion rates. They charge extra for the US, and then they charge even extra to Canada, and then they charge even more extra for Australia. I really hate the way they do pricing. It drives me bananas. It's one of the like worst things that they do. Like plug the merch store real quick, but we can set our prices in all regions, and I have set them to be like whatever the conversion rate is to be equivalent. So, you know, if the hat is $25 in the US, whatever $25 US is in Aussie dollars is what the price is in Australia. We don't charge extra. Like, I hate that Games Workshop does that. Like, if Games Workshop made this hat, it would be 25 in the UK, and then it would be 35 in the US, 40 in Canada, and 55 in Australia. It's just bad. Absolutely bad. Yeah. Anyways, there's also the Mega Track and the Weird Boy coming out on their own. But again, once again, you don't need to buy them like that. The Mega Track comes in the introductory set, so it'll be easy to find. And then same thing with the Weird Boy. They both come in that set. So buying them on their own, I don't even know why they're boxing them, to be honest with you. And that's it. That's the whole thing. So there we go. That's everything coming out for Orks. Now, should press your GW to link the data cards to the Munitorium field menu. Absolutely. For sure. Yeah, Morthatron. That's what I'm saying, right? He lives in New Zealand. It's cheaper to buy kits from the UK and have them shipped to New Zealand than to buy kits already in New Zealand. Like, make it make sense. I remember that back in it was either 4th or 5th edition days. Might have been 4th. The pricing got so wonky that it was cheaper for people in Australia to buy stuff from the US and ship it over. I remember like being on an internet server and like having people like, hey, can you go buy this for me? And we would buy it and like literally ship it to Australia. And like even they would pay for it and the tax and the shipping and like even give us a tip. And it was literally cheaper than getting it from GW. There's been inverted times too. There's been times where like we were buying stuff from the UK because it was cheaper than getting it in the States too. Yeah, it just their stuff has always been crazy. The extra for non-UK is partly extra logistics and partly their attempt to avoid being hit by currency and tariff. Yeah, but like some countries don't even do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Hey, we got our third super chat. Shady Snakes in the house. Oh, Shady Snakes helped his 3-year-old Grot build her first orc. The Grots are getting so big. I love it. That's awesome.
Make her build a space marine next.
He's such a beaky head. I should instead of best Grot, you should just be beaky. Old Big Mac and beaky.
Best beaky.
Best beaky. Yep, you absolutely got to start them young. These guys got started. You were what, 5?
5.
Yeah, he was 5 when we started warhammering them.
Before that, I've been painting model cars and planes.
Yeah, he did do like the snap together model kits. That's where we started, and then a couple of like the easy Gundams and stuff. And then at 5, it was like, here's a Space Marine, learn how to paint. And there we go. Bonka the Basha, I love it. All hail Bonks. Bonka the Basha sounds like it needs to be a character in a certain new game that will be coming out. So maybe Bonka the Basha should become a special character. Let's go Bonka. Okay, so we've covered all of the new things that are coming out on pre-order for Orks. Again, they go up live like midnight Friday night, so you'll be able to order them starting Saturday. They are not FOMO. The only things that are going to go out of print are the collector edition codex and the stupid data cards and dice that nobody should buy anyway. So unless you're getting a collector edition codex, there's no reason to get crazy pants with anything. It will be for sale. No, there's a Grot trying to steal my drink, my Hotworks summer drink. Oh, double crosser.
Everybody, y'all want this too? Sure.
All the liquids. They're on a liquid diet. The model of it was the model of the month orc, dude. So Shady Six, the model of the month orc is the one that they gave away at not LVO. What was it? What was that great big giant convention where they announced 11th edition? That's the one where they gave that one away. But anyways, they were going for a really, really crazy amount of money. Oh my god, they said 6-7.
67 views.
Oh, there's 67 people watching right now.
They have
Yeah, built her first orc. And then she named him Bonka de Basha.
That's so cute, except I think she should.
It's an orc. Also, she's 3.
Okay, but
when you were 3, you called things Bonka de Basha.
I don't like the way that things are spelled.
Stormcast.
It's really
player.
cute that they
This is
taught their
Stormcast
3-year-old to
Eternal
do it. I didn't learn until I was like
Stormcast
7.
Eternal. Stormcast Eternal.
Let's all make Bonka conversions and display it on Discord. I like it. We have our first official contest for a thing that isn't even out yet. Find a snarling to beat
Yeah,
Hermit.
we'll even make one of those.
Crimson Chain, don't be beamed. Don't be bummed about missing the free orc of the month. Again, it was the Adepticon. That's what I was thinking of. Was the orc that was given away at Adepticon. So they were really expensive for a while because it was like the first 11th edition model you could get. And then they were the giveaway for the month. They will come back around to be a giveaway again. But also, you know, those little magazines that they sell that's like Start Collecting Warhammer. The one that you could buy right now has a single Beaky in it and a single Termagant from Leviathan. That's where this is going to be. So the Beaky and the Orc that were from Adepticon are going to be in that magazine. You'll be able to buy it like throughout 11th edition. They just haven't started printing them yet, but I guarantee you it will be out. So you will be able to get that unique sculpt really, really, really easily. So yeah, don't be crazy about it if you missed out. Discord funny guys dig it. McFatson, is the free orc model similar to one of the Armageddon boys? Yes, I did a whole review video on it. Again, it is the Adepticon boy. So right after Adepticon, I got my hands on one and I built it and painted it for a video, showed you all about it, showed you the sprue front, back, inside, and out. It is absolutely very, very similar to the Armageddon boys. I mean, you could tell it was sculpted at the same time in the same manner. The pose is a little less dynamic and a little more static because of the type of sprue he is, but he fits in perfectly nicely. He's not here anymore. He's on display. If you want to see him in person, along with every other plastic orc ever made, the little miniature traveling museum is currently at Mindtaker Miniatures. Which they don't know, which is kind of funny. I snuck them in. I did a reverse death skull, and I implanted something into Mindtaker Miniatures display cabinet while they weren't looking. So there is a LE1 Space Orc, so you know the first Warhammer 40k mini ever is in there, and then a Rogue Trader Orc, a second edition starter box Orc, a the third edition Badonkadonk boy, the 8th edition Monopose boy, and the new Armageddon boy are all in there, all painted the same. So they were living in here, but again, part of packing up the studio, I was like, oh, I could just bring these over to Mindtaker. So yeah, Mindtaker currently has it, and yes, it does have 2 heads. All right. So one question that I've been getting a lot is this it for the orcs? A lot of people are feeling like orcs really didn't get a whole lot of loadout. Yes, we got Armageddon, and Armageddon got a ton of new stuff in it, but all of the stuff post Armageddon is kind of underwhelming. First of all, boys just, you got push fit boys in Armageddon and then glue fit boys, like whoop-de-doo. War boss, same thing, push fit war boss, glue war boss, whoop-de-doo. Mini mech, something nobody asked for and way overpriced. A truck, it's exactly the same as the old truck and it's way overpriced. Like, that's not great. They're re-releasing all the Armageddon stuff in single boxes. Like, Nazdrag is really the only like sizzle to the steak, right? However, we do know that knobs are coming. Games Workshop showed off the knobs. We know they're coming. They're coming in a second wave. A lot of people are saying, oh, they're a kill team. They're a kill team. I'm not entirely sure that they are a kill team. I know that they've got like a bunch of cool loadouts and stuff. I don't think they're going into kill team right away, or maybe even at all. Kill team has started to back away from the uber elite units. So we're not sure on that. But now there's rumors of a second orc wave coming, namely Burnas and Ludas, along with maybe some other new things or re-releases. One of the big hints is one of the new detachments. They say that this detachment allows you to run a certain piece of war gear. In fact, let's just go ahead and pull that up and look at that right now. Boop-boop-de-doo. We want that page and kapow. All right, so 15 new orc detachments to let you build your perfect WAAAGH. First of all, I got this really cool picture of a bunch of Goths on here. You got the Gorkanaut on here. You got the Stomp on there and stuff. But they talk about 15 detachments in Codex Orks, and thanks to the new detachment system, you can mix and match your favorites. Out of those 15, one is a big 2-page classically sized detachment, similar to what you're used to from last edition. So that's going to be a 3-point detachment. And then then you're gonna have a bunch of other stuff. So you got speeding around in death copters, getting stuck into knobs, right? Smaller specialized one-page detachments. So one of them is Runt Swarm. It's not Grot Swarm, it's Runt Swarm. But it's got sneaky little gets. So friendly Gretchen have battle line. They can start an action even though they're advancing or falling back. They are extra sneaky, so a -3-inch detection range. They can do scouting and minefields. Then they've got these fun little CP things that they do that are a little hard to read because they're all fuzzy. You've also got Shoot-A-Boys here. Shoot-A-Boys is really cool, and that is a Rekka Crew knob, but that is not a Rekka Crew boy. Huh. Interesting. Did you guys notice this before? That knob is from the Break-A-Boy box, the Rekka Crew. See, he's got the rocket pistols. But this is a Shoot-A-Boy. And that's a big Shoot-A-Boy.
But that's a rocket launcher.
Yeah, they do have one rocket launcher, but then they also have a Burna.
And then there's pistol and
Boys, are we seeing something here? What is this?
grenade.
Like, I think these two guys are from the regular boys kit, and maybe this guy too, but that knob is definitely a Rekka Crew knob. Yeah, that is a mixed unit. Yeah, there's a tank buster behind him. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, then this is the old Grots. So these are the current Grots you can get that come with the run herd. That kit's not going anywhere. I thought that was interesting too. But very interesting there. Anyways, it's got all sorts of cool, fun things there too. But yeah. And then they were showing us some other things. That picture's better. Should they have a better picture of the other? Wait, is that Grot? Yeah, he's a current Grot. This one, Rekkas. Tank busters and Breaker Boys ruin vehicles for fun. It also lets your warboss wear a pirate hat. Right? Doesn't that, a certain Captain Bad Rep might be coming back, right? So yeah, all sorts of rumors about a second wave now, which really, if you think about it, the obviously the Space Marines always get a second wave, but the antagonists have actually gotten second waves. It's not that uncalled or that unprecedented. So yeah. Calvin says, "Is it really a burner boy? It looks like two rocket launchers." Yeah, no, that's a burner boy. Look at the yeah, no, you're right. Maybe that is a rocket launcher. Yeah, because look at his backpack. So these two guys are tank busters, aren't they? Because they got the big rocket launches.
Yeah.
So they would go with the tank buster knob. But then you got the big shooter boy and the regular shooter boy. And then I don't know who this is.
That's a pistol with grenade.
Yeah, I think that's a stick bomb in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Tiger Belts. They can update the codex over the edition, so they can hide reveals. They don't have to redo all of the orcs in one go. So yeah, and then again, I don't think Games Workshop is going to keep selling this Grot kit forever. It's way too cheap. So that's not gonna fly eventually, right? But yeah, so lots of interesting news there in the 15 new detachments. So you get Warhorde, Green Tide, Bully Boys, Tactical Brigade, Rekkas is new, the Big Hunt, Madcap Mechs, which is interesting. It might sometimes give their opponent an invulnerable save. Okay, the narrative lover in me absolutely loves this. This is the first time in a very, very long time that one of your results is potentially helping your opponent. That is really cool. Oh, do you have a squig? We have a squig.
Oh my god, it's Commander Shadows on the squig.
Actually, that is going to be one of our AMA questions. Yeah, the squigs like to eat grots. But yeah, Dread Mob, Blitz Brigade. Maybe we shouldn't do that there, bud. Grots, I tell you. Blitz Brigade, which is hurling battle wagons, Cult of Speed, Flyboys, Warband, Runt Swarm, Shooter Boys, and Brute Bosses. That is a lot. let's look at these pictures too, in case there's anything interesting in here. Those are the current Mega Armors. That's the current Battle Wagon. That's the new truck in Bad Moon. This is the first time we've seen it in Bad Moon. Did anybody break?
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
All right. And then those are the Armageddon boys. And that's a Gorkanaut. And that's a Morkanaut. And that's a Battle Wagon. So yeah, nothing new in there. They talk about how Codex Orks is again. So yeah, there we go. Hey, we got a super chat number 5 from WAAAGH21 with a $10 for the 10K. I love it. I love the devotion to the coolness. Loves the photo of the runt herd show. They ain't forgotten them. Them boys come with so much for so little. Wouldn't mind a new model for that with new grass. So I know, like, I love that kit. Don't get me wrong. I've at least 3 of them for squads, but then at least 2 more for like random little grots all over my trucks and stuff. And then converted the runt herds into a bunch of other different characters. But yeah, it is getting long in the tooth. It is totally ready for a refresh, mostly because there's not a lot of options on the grots. You can, I mean, yes, their heads are interchangeable, but you can only build them so many times, and they do start repeating. So it would be really nice to get just another section of it. James Wilson, it's not just rumors. Games Workshop has already said the new boys are going to take all 3 special weapons. So in your squad of 10 boys, because they showed us the data sheet, the actual data sheet, you got your knob, and then a big shooter boy, a rocket launcher boy, and a scorcher boy. And that is for every 10 boys. So on a 20 boy squad, you get 2 knobs, 2 scorchers, 2 rocket launchers, 2 big shooters. Again, they already showed us the whole data sheet. Travis Bedwell says, what's a good number of Gretchen to have? Let's see, you got the Runt Herd kit. You got the Runt Herd kit and the Gretchen from Armageddon. So you got 10 in that kit and 10 from Armageddon. I'd probably get 10 more. I think 30 is a good number to have. That gives you 3 squads of them. That's the max you can take until they become battle line. That being said, if you bought an introductory set, it's, which comes with 20 more push fit boys, you're going to get 10 more grots. That would be a good way to do it. Or getting another one of the current Runt Herd kit, or waiting for 10 new grots. PGG Hobbies, 120 grots plus work snag. I love it. The only reason they kept that kit is because of tacticals. Yeah, probably. McFadden, what do you mean I missed you? Dude, how do you sneak this in? McFadden must be some sort of like commando. I never see him. McFadden says, imagine Orc kill team, but it's just 30 grots. Oh, okay. I would love a serious grot kill team. I think it would be absolutely amazing. It wouldn't be 30 grots, but could you imagine like a 15 grot kill team? Or even like, I don't know, one of my theories was like 10 grots and a kilocan or something like that would be hilariously awesome. Like there is so much room for them to do cool stuff with a kill team of grots. But yeah, an Orc kill team that's just 30 plain grots would be kind of hilarious. Yeah, you gonna show off what you painted? Oh, you broke him.
What? Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna refill. We're gonna let Best Beaky take over.
I get the chair, man.
Okay, well, let me get out of it.
Alrighty, obviously it's best grot, the best. And I have quick thing to show you. So I always leave my Space Marines backpacks loose because any other Beaky fans know that it's really hard to paint some spots like this little technical gadget thing right here on the back of the Space Marine, and it's just really hard, and it opens up more space to paint. So I always leave them unglued on, and I always pop them off when I paint the guys. And what I realized is that the lieutenant from the Warhammer starter set Armageddon this year has a backpack that has the same size as the veteran from the Armageddon box set, and you can pop it right on and call your veteran a veteran lieutenant with power sword and pistol. And then you can pop this on and have a lieutenant with power sword and plasma pistol with jump pack. Also, there may or may not, if old Big Mac lets me do it, I will release a video tomorrow for the channel of how to paint your Space Marines like Beskar if he approves of the idea, which in the video I will include how to paint power swords like Beskar, which I will show you 3 different ways of the super power sword, the electric power sword, and the other power sword, which I do not have on me, which is just the basicer version that doesn't use 9 different colors. And that's all I can talk about for now, because that's all I know. Now I just have to sit here and wait. Yes, McFadden, if they made a lieutenant with jump pack, it would be great. Because obviously this post isn't right. Like, we just got that chaplain, and I'm kind of questioning why Armageddon didn't have a lieutenant for the Beaky fans. So, why don't they give us a surprise release of a jump pack lieutenant? Especially because of the the jump pack veterans and the jump pack chaplain. So, I think it would be pretty cool.
Hey guys, how's it going? He is the Red Gobbo. Did you take over the entire channel?
Maybe.
Everyone's talking about you being the boss. Get out of the chair.
Thanks, guys. Why are the Ultramarines the best? Because I say so, and I'm the best.
Yeah, see, there's only one problem with being the best. You're not the best unless you're the biggest.
Wait, no, this is the comfy chair. No!
And that's why Big Mechs are in charge, because they're bigger. One day he'll be bigger, and then I'll be screwed.
And we're sneakier.
You guys are sneakier. Did they like your stuff? Did you show them everything you got done?
Yeah, I showed him the same backpack size for
Oh yeah, that you could swap them out.
Yeah, so I showed him that you can make
jump pack lieutenant. That's actually so
you can get quick points and a nice lieutenant.
Like, this is legit. Okay, the apple does not fall far from the tree. This is an excellent kit bash because these Armageddon guys are really, really, really super cheap secondhand. Plus, these ones the Vanguard vets come in the introductory set. So they're going to be cheap all of 11th edition. And a lot of people are going, you could just make like non-jump pack Vanguard vets out of them, or you could turn them into, your veteran sergeants. You've got 5 veteran sergeants, right? So having 5 of these backpacks and being able to put them on other things is actually genius. You can pick up like the old push fit assault intercessor squad is really, really, really cheap to find because it came in like the Imperium magazine and whatnot. Dude, get a squad of those, put the jump packs on them. Now you got a super cheap assault squad, with jump packs, and then you got 5 guys that you can turn into characters or sergeants or whatnot, or make a Vanguard veteran squad on foot. Oh, look at the super chats coming in for you, bud. Wa21 says this is a smart grot. He proper cunning with the beakies. He really is. If you guys like beaky conversions, we will totally have this kid make beaky conversion videos. He really does a good with it.
That we might release a video tomorrow if you accept, where I show them how to paint their beakies like me. Yeah. And then I'll show them how to do the power sword.
Yeah. And then James Wilson says for Dougrot. Dougrot. Dude, that's awesome. You guys are up to 7 out of 20 on the super chats. Okay. Reminder, the super chats up here where it says 7 out of 20. That is how the channel grows. So YouTube is very transparent with what your channel needs as you're growing. And so they send us messages all the time and tell us what things we should be looking at, what things we shouldn't be looking at. And they are absolutely pushing live streaming right now. YouTube wants to take over from Twitch and be the live streaming capital. I don't know that I support that or not, but we do our Monday Night WAAAGH because it's fun. But one of the things that they said is if you set a chat goal and meet it, that is like the number one way to show the algorithm that your channel is worthy of like pushing out there to others. So we have been doing that for a while, and that is part of what fueled our growth all the way past 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much to each and every one of you that has ever done a super chat, because those really do help. Like that is the number one thing to move the channel forward, because as you guys know, we don't do sponsor videos. You don't hear us talking about the shapes of spaces or anything like that. All we have is our own merch store, theredonesgofaster.com. That's it. That's all we have. And so because we don't do any sponsored videos or anything like that, we are totally dependent on ad revenue, which is garbage, let's be honest, and our shirt sales. And you guys know that we cut our shirt sales to the bone because we're not trying to be some mega corporation. And we also have real artists that we pay to do the art, like BenBam, who did this one, and Boss Mac, who did this one. Right? So like support the people that do the things you love instead of the big megacorps. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we don't do the sponsors or anything like that. So the super chats really do help the channel, like both in like funding the channel, because again, cameras, lights, and streaming software and chat software. Not to mention all of these kits, because obviously Games Workshop doesn't like us. So we have to buy everything at full price with our own teeth.
I mowed a ton of neighbors' lawns and I made $50. And I looked through everything to find the most I could find. And I was going through and I was like, I have $50. And I pulled out the sergeant and it said 75. And I was like,
right? Yeah. So again, super appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't bought on the merch store yet, or you've been thinking about buying, you've got a few hours left. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, the 18th, our sale ends for our 10,000 subscribers. Right now, you get 10% off your entire order. Use code 10K, 10K. I'm going to put it in the chat too, so you like can copy it. It's super easy. Put in code 10K. It gives you 10% off your entire order. There's no minimum. There's no maximum. You can use it as many times as you want. So if you want to just grab a sticker, go for it. If you want to put in your 5th order and it's for 15 shirts, go for it. You will get 10% off the entire thing, no matter where you live, no matter what you're buying, the whole 9 yards. That is our like celebration for hitting 10,000 subscribers. We've been doing the 10% off, and we have 10 brand new designs on the web store. So if you want to get your new WAAAGH order gear for Monday Night WAAAGH, you should definitely be checking that out. But yeah, it ends tomorrow, the 18th at 10 a.m.
I gotta see this new stuff.
You haven't seen the new stuff?
No!
Dude, really?
No, I've been gone for 3 weeks.
Let's see. Let's pull it out here. We'll share it with everyone. This will be our quote unquote ad break. Redonesgofaster.com. There we go. Look at that.
I have a photo from like 3rd grade in here.
All right. So you go here, you click on the collections and stuff. It shows you all the collections. The new one is the new WAAAGH order. So there you go. The new WAAAGH order. You get a t-shirt in black or slime green. You got the trucker cap. You got the tank top. And check it out. The shirts now, our newest designs. We're putting this design, the classic Go Faster pentagram from BenBam. We're putting that on the back of the shirts in the little logo area in the back. So so people know that it's from the Red Ones Go Faster, which is pretty darn cool. And then we've got the black mug, which is pretty cool. We also have the chopped tea version that the bigger grots demanded. So there we go, our first chopped tea, if you're into that kind of thing. And then of course the cool sparkly sticker, and then of course grot tea size, because you got to have it for a grot. So yeah, there's the new WAAAGH order. Yeah. BGG Hobbies. No. Okay, bud. When you're ready, shoot me a message on Discord. I will make you a 10% offer that you can use once. No problem. Okay. I don't want people to miss out. We did it for 10 days because you got to have a start and an end time for this kind of thing. But yeah, like if you really legit like want to do an order and can't do it yet, don't push it now. Just shoot me a message over on Discord. I will make you a special 10% off. All right. Like, no problem. We need a Bonka t-shirt. We got to see Bonka first, and then we'll make a Bonka shirt. McFadden says YouTube knocking down Twitch is a really good thing for reasons I can't say without ruining the good vibes. Oh, that's interesting. I need to do some reading because I did not know about that. And Calvin Ryder just got a ton of stickers today for his birthday later this month. Let's go. The redhead used your 10K to get them all. Nice. Yeah, let's show him the other new design too, which was every kit is an Ork kit. So this is our original artwork from Velgarn. And once again, so it's the old Big Mech, the one that is like the little down there, the little heck is that the watermark or whatever. That is on here, and it now says every kit is an Ork kit. And it's again, it's got the red ones go fast logo on the back. I think that these turned out pretty darn cool myself. And again, here on the back of the little back area, you got the red ones go faster. That's going to be a new thing we're rolling out to all the designs, which is pretty darn cool. You've also up here, you've got mugs if you want to see all the mugs. I know we've got quite a few mug collectors that want all the different options. You've got our original Dirty Paint Water. You've got the red ones go faster with the old Big Mech on it. You've got the New Year, New Army, the Pentagram one, and then the new WAAAGH Order one. Hey, let's go. Murthatron with super chat number 8 here. Says merch idea, Zippa Putty with more DACA, full size on the back. Original old Big Mac logo on the left chest. Ooh, I like that. Yes. We'll save that one for winter. So
I like Zippa Putties. I will take that.
Right, yeah. So our best seller last year was the Zippa Putty. We did a full zip hoodie with this logo on the back in full size, and then a little one on the chest. And they absolutely sold like hotcakes, and then literally the Grots demanded them too. So we have multiples laying around here. But yeah, I like the idea of doing a more DACA one. We will definitely add a more DACA one to our thing. But yeah, more back prints is definitely coming. Lots of people wanting back prints, especially on the winter gear. So that's pretty awesome. Oh, Herminator getting a new order shirt come payday too. Hey, Herminator, same thing that I offered BGG Hobbies. If your payday isn't, tomorrow by 10 a.m., shoot me a message over on Discord. I'll make you a one-time use 10% off thing. Okay, it's my thank you to you guys. Like I'm not gonna let you miss out on it. That's not cool. Oh, Havoc said NWA shirt a week ago. Any update on a red version? I am working on a red version. NWO is my own artwork, so I'm the one that has to do it. I have been busy trying to move the studio, so I'm a little behind on the things I have to do, which is also why my own videos are a little light. So yeah,
Best Grot is going to be taking over
right
for now.
So my Best Grot's going to be taking over a bunch, but I will work on that, and I'll definitely let you know when the red version comes out because I really like that idea. BGG Hobby said an Orky biker inspired zip hoodie could work. Oh, I like that too. Yeah, there's definitely lots of options, lots and lots of options. And then yeah, don't forget stickers too. Lots of stickers. We've got the sticker packs with the 5 different stickers on them. We now have 3 different options. So you get this one has the new NWO, the John Squig. Yep, John Squig made it to a sticker. The Orks is best. So yeah, so if you like collecting the little stickers. No, you can't buy the watermelon.
Dang it.
Hey, Ton of Clay with a $10 one. Let's go. Thank you. Ton of Clay says, you think the Gorkanaut Morkanaut will also have the WAAAGH effigy rule like the Stampa? If you don't, what would you like to see the special sort of riled up rule be for them? Ooh, that's a good question. For those of you that don't know, Games Workshop shared the rules for the Stampa for 11th edition, and the Stampa is always in riled up, so it's always like in the WAAAGH, and anything that comes out of it, because it's transport, is also in riled up for that turn. Now, Gorkanaut and Morkanaut are also big, also stompy, also drop troops out of their belly, so I could totally see them conferring that benefit as well. But that being said, I don't think they are going to be in the WAAAGH all the time. I think more likely because them advancing around the way the Stampa does, I think honestly would be a little bit too overpowered. I've always said that the Gorkanaut and Morkanaut are actually better on the battlefield than the Stampa. Just their stats, their offensive capability is better. So I don't think Games Workshop is going to dial them up as much as the Stampa, because the whole point was they wanted to make the Stampa actually worth taking. I could see the Gorkanaut and Morkanaut being able to WAAAGH like once more on their own. Like that would be a cool thing, or have some sort of ability that ties in with a big mech or a little mech, where it's like, you know, if the little mech does his thing, then it goes into a WAAAGH mode. I don't know, something like that. I could definitely see them doing something to make them more special than a Death Tread or everything else in the army, but not as special as the Stampa. They're going to end up somewhere in between. Oh, it's okay, UCW Havoc. I got you. I will definitely get it out there for you. We'll call it the Havoc Edition. Can you fit a Gorkanaut inside the Stampa? Technically, no, but I like your thinking. That's some proper big meching. That's a proper big meching. BGG Hobbies wants to know, if they do a plastic Warhound Titan, do you think they do give other factions similar size plastic models? Yes and no. So first of all, right now, the Stampa is the biggest plastic kit Games Workshop has ever put out. Obviously, they put out bigger resin kits. They've got Titans and Mantis and all that stuff. But when it comes to a plastic kit, Stampa is currently the biggest. A Warhound Titan will be bigger than that. Depending on how it sells, and here's the interesting part, because a Warhound Titan is not technically a Space Marine, right? It's Imperial Titans, Knights, whatever. It's more akin to Imperial Guard or, you know, Mechanicus than it is Space Marines. So there's room for them to do like a plastic Thunderhawk, for example, for Space Marines as their ginormous kit. I think Tau definitely have an option to do a ginormous kit because they have big stompy robots that are Titan size. That would be really cool. Chaos, obviously, you could just do a Chaos version of the Titan, but also there's a lot of Chaos Demon engines, especially like they have the whole Vashtor the Archipane thing going on. Like I could see them doing like a Demon Effigy mini Titan. I don't know what, but it would be really cool. Deherminator wants to know, is the Stampa bigger than the AOS Tower Knot? It is. The AOS Tower Knot has more pieces, and it's definitely like, I think it's probably longer because it's got like the cannon that sticks out the front. And it might even technically be taller, like to the top of the banners. But when it comes to like pure cubic footage, pure girth, it does not meet the Stampa. The Cogfort could fit inside of the Stampa. So yeah, really, really cool model. But yeah, it's like in between the Gorkanaut and the Stampa. Ooh, Sneaky Get with a super chat says, I think I don't want to buy new releases now. No FOMO, so I'm cool and rather working on my pile and hoping for some box of them later, maybe. Absolutely, Sneaky Get. That's what I've been saying too. Is you don't need to FOMO these. You know, even with Armageddon, it was like, look, they're going to make plenty of Armageddons. You don't need to go crazy because you'll be able to get one at a discount. And look now you can get them for even less than $250. You can get them for like $236 shipped to your door. So that's pretty rad. Yeah, none of these things are going to be FOMO. Again, the only thing that is going to be limited is the hardcover codex. So like get that if you really want it. And then the stupid data cards and the dice that nobody should buy anyway. Nothing else is FOMO. It's all going to be on sale, not just all of 11th, but like until they ever replace those models. And I mean, come on, the boys went, 21 years before they got replaced? So these guys are going to be around for a good long time. That being said, the elephant in the room that we have not addressed yet, Games Workshop did announce a 4% price increase on most things coming in September. That sucks. That's garbage. I mean, yes, inflation is absolutely out of control all over the world. Yes, we're at the throes of World War III, all of that jazz, but still, they are making record-breaking profit after record-breaking profit every quarter after another. There is zero reason why they need to up prices by 4%. Absolutely zero. It's just corporate price gouging, and I hate it, and it sucks, and I will absolutely call them on the carpet on it. So, yeah. Deca Flame, yeah, we haven't seen how much the hardcover is supposed to cost either. I would imagine north of 60 because the old hardcover codexes were 60 and this one is a special edition, so probably even more than 60. But yeah, that's yeah, kind of we don't know the price on that one. Oh yeah, Christmas Battle Forces. Yeah, so guys, that's the other thing. The army that goes in the launch box traditionally has gotten a Christmas Battle Force the same year, and actually traditionally has gotten a Christmas Battle Force every year throughout their edition. Games Workshop is many things. Stupid is not one of them. And they know that if they hook a bunch of new players with a brand new intro box, that continually hooking those players with a big can't miss box in the holidays is a great way to hook them for life. Okay. So, for example, Leviathan came out, had Tyranids in it. Christmas came, you got a Tyranid box. The next Christmas came, you got a different Tyranid box that actually worked really, really, really well with both the first one and Leviathan. Like they actually really planned it as a really nice army upgrade. So I can totally see an Ork Christmas box coming, likely having a lot of the things in it that were not in Armageddon. So probably the truck, a squad of war bikes, a war boss, probably the glue fit boys, and maybe one other thing in there. Maybe they'll throw in a war track or something like that. But yeah, what's up, bud?
They should give us a Space Marine Christmas box, and they should put in a Armageddon Lieutenant, because I got this one, but I feel like we need an Armageddon Lieutenant.
Well, they do give us a Beaky box every single Christmas, except for last Christmas. The last holiday was the first time we didn't get a Beaky box. That was actually wild. But yeah, Beskar and I were talking about this earlier. It's wild that we didn't get a lieutenant in Armageddon, and that they're kind of going away from it. And I know it's like a meme that like, they got to release a Space Marine Lieutenant for every other release they've done. But really, if you look at it, Indominus had one, Leviathan had one.
Dark Imperium had two.
Yeah, Dark Imperium had two. There was another one in there too, right? There was Dark Imperium, Indominus, Leviathan. Yeah. So those three boxes all had a lieutenant, and now they don't have a lieutenant. And you're in like a special war zone where there's like war veterans. It's like ideal for having them. Yeah, no, I know world currencies are in the toilet. I know shipping, I know attacks on ships, I know oil pricing, I know all of that. But dude, guys, Games Workshop is a multi-billion-dollar company with a B, okay? Billion, that is more commas than we can count. And they make a record profit every single quarter. They can absorb, eating a little bit of costs, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay. Like they're pricing people out of the hobby even more than normal. So I don't like it. All right. We are halfway to our super chats. We are 10 out of 20, but it is time to get into the second half of our Monday Night WAAAGH here. So you guys, we got 46 minutes left to do that. And if we do get all 20 of them in there, we will do bonus questions for the AMA. But it is time to start the AMA. So once again, this is a thank you for our 10,000 subscribers. All of these questions were put to us by channel members or patrons. And again, I'm going to take some questions from the chat here. So if you guys have questions that you want on the AMA, now is your chance to put it in the chat.
There was the best codex stat.
Yes, best codex. That was right. Who asked that? Do you remember? I also lost my writing utensil. Okay, please. Okay. It was my favorite codex. And yeah. Okay, you run the chat and figure out who asked what my favorite codex was. Yeah, it was a really back up in there. I know, Pezler. I know it's about making money for their investors. That includes me. I own one sock in GW because I feel like you should own one in something that you really support. But also, I mean, not that you can't like do their annual reports; they have to be public. But it's really fun to actually be in on the investor calls when they're presenting it and stuff. It's actually kind of a lot of fun. Well, no, it wasn't a super chat. I think it was just a regular chat,
It was.
or was it a super chat?
Wait, does anybody like remember that?
Keep going up. Keep going up. It was definitely really early.
Before the 3. Can't scroll
Yeah.
higher.
Okay. Yeah, shareholders are. It's not even shareholders. It's private equity. Private equity is the problem with everything. If it's regular shareholders that are regular people like you and I, we don't make demands like that. We're just happy to get a dividend every year. Okay, so here we are, the AMA. Once again, these questions do not have to be about Warhammer. They do not have to be about Orks. It is literally an Ask Me Anything. If you have burning questions, throw them in the chat now. We're trying to scroll back to the old ones and can't find them, so definitely just throw them in again, okay, guys? All right, here we go. Question number 1. This one was put in by OMG Ponies. Said, which model or unit do I miss the most? I think for Orks, it's obvious. That is the looted tank. You guys know that I absolutely love the looted tank. I love that we loot it. I love that Games Workshop never made an official model for it. It was a like you need to literally go kit bash it yourself. I love that it was limited to one. That you got to loot one, but you couldn't like go spam it. It's like the crown jewel of your army. So I really, 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 really miss having the looted tank. Yes,
Dude, I love
Best
the looted tank.
yeah, Best Grot even loves the looted tank, right?
It just sits right next to the painting thing, and while waiting for something to dry, like drive around the desk and keep healing.
Right?
Like looted tank.
Let's be careful, bud. Yeah. So yeah, looted tank, absolutely my number one on that for Orks. For not Orks, because I did want to think about that, because obviously we do have a lot of people that watch that aren't just into Orks, and a lot of people that watch that are into more than Orks. Like beakies. I really thought about like what do I miss from beakies, and it's Legion of the Damned. Legion of the Damned used to have a metal kit with different sculpts that were amazing, and the flames were actually molded into their legs and stuff. They were super fun to paint. I had a few of them. I loved them so much that I converted a bunch of plastic beakies to be Legion of the Damned. I was actually going to do a whole Legion of the Damned army at one point. I know that there are a bunch of rumors about Legion of the Damned coming back, which I am super, super stoked for. So if they come back, I'm definitely going to be getting those. Oh, Morthatron with a good answer too. The old Scorcha tank. That was the it was a Mega Track with a Scorcha launcher turret on it, and it towed a trailer with the Prometheum tank. And so you could literally turn the turnaround and roast your own tank and blow yourself up. But when the turret was facing forward, you were roasting your driver. It was hilarious. I did love the old Scorcha too. That was a really good one. Ooh, McFadden with a good one. What is the most ambitious kit bash or paint project you have yet to start? I'm going to write that one down. Because I think that's a good one from McFadden. All right, question number 2. This one is from Bionic Geek Girl. If I could bring back any one GW game or unit or character or whatever, but I have to delete one in order to do it, what would I do? And that question was fun too, because it's like, oh, well, do you bring back a character, like Captain Badrock? But like, who do you delete? Like, and I'm thinking like one for one, right? Like, if you bring in an orc character, you got to delete an orc character, and there's no orc characters I would delete at this moment. I think we're too light on them. So like, okay, well, not that. And then like same thing with unit. Like, I would bring back Grot tanks, but like, I don't know what to delete because I think we're light on units. We need more units. But I really liked the one game. I know most of you are probably expecting me to say Battlefleet Gothic. I love the models for Battlefleet Gothic and the artwork for Battlefleet Gothic, but I will be the first to admit that game is ridiculously hard to play and takes way too long and has way too much gubbins with it, and no one is going to buy that. There's also a certain game that we all talk about all the time, but well, I think there's other ways that that is going to be making an appearance here in another 17 days. So yeah. So my actual answer on the one game I would bring back is Mordheim. I loved Mordheim. Mordheim was a ridiculously fun game. I loved the lore behind it. I loved the way it played. I love how fast it played. I love that you, like, whatever happened in the game, you then had to do to your miniatures. I played the Skaven warband that came in the starter set. I can't tell you the number of times that all of my Skaven died. But then I was getting into it because it's like they're just rats. There's just gonna be more rats that looks just like the first rat, right? But yeah, like the times that you'd have to like upgrade a guy and give him, you know, a crossbow instead of a pistol or something like that was so much fun. I really enjoyed Mordheim. I really loved the Mordheim tables that people did with like full 3D terrain, and those were on the button. You never heard of Mordheim? I will have to teach you about Mordheim later. Maybe we can turn that into a video.
Okay.
So I would do Mordheim, and as far as what, okay, I will write that down. Mordheim. Which game I would delete? I was going to say Warcry because you don't need Warcry if you've got Mordheim. But to be fair, Warcry is already dead. It's gone. So I was really thinking about it, and I'd have to say Adeptus Titanicus. That game stinks. It sucks that they made it Horus Heresy era. It sucks that they got rid of everything else epic. It sucks that they rolled Imperialis into it. And so all the flyers were into the game, but then again, they killed all the flyers that weren't Beaky or Chaos Beaky. So yeah, that game, nobody plays it. Nobody cares about it. They ruined Epic. They ruined Imperialis. That game should go. So I would bring back Mordheim and I would kill Titanicus. Yeah, Blissful Benjamin Mordheim's Warcry's already dead. So like that's not fair. Oh, hey, we got another good one. Lieutenant Azor 99 with what's one kit you regret buying? One kit I regret buying. Okay, I can answer this one because not only did I regret buying it, I turned around and sold it. Baneblade. Don't get me wrong, I love the Baneblade. The Baneblade looks amazing. I love it in the lore. I love the rules. I love all the different variations. Now they all have Shadow Sword, Shadow Blade, whatever. Like, I think that's super cool. But I bought the kit. I started building it. That kit is so old and so. And again, remember, I put together Land Raiders, Stompas, right? That kit is. Yeah, the Great Big Giant, the super heavy one.
Dude, those things, great lore and stuff, like you said, they're super cool to see on the battlefield. They suck in going against them and shoot his blood and teeth. It takes so many tries, I will literally die.
Yeah, the Big Blade is really hard to beat in that game. But yeah, that kit, I don't know, there was something about that kit. It just was not enjoyable to build at all. So I actually sold it. So that would be the honest answer on a kit I regret buying because again, I didn't even yeah. US history coach. It's not that BFG was bad to play, it's that it was a faff to play. You needed a bunch of counters, like all the little torpedoes, and the little, fighters and bombers and stuff. And then you had like the shields. They had like the little blast tokens that like hit the shields, and you had like so many of those built up before the shields went down. It just took a lot to play. It wasn't hard to play. It was just a lot, and so I really don't think it would sell that well if they kept the rules the same, and all the extra stuff the same. Yeah, Mordheim not coming back, though, is probably the best thing for Mordheim. Let's be serious there. Hey, number 11 on the super chat here with the Big Dog. No one can kill the war cry in my heart. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I don't know why they killed war cry. I tried out an intro game of Warcry more than once and enjoyed it. I never understood why they made Underworlds. Like, of the two, I would have kept Warcry and gotten rid of Underworlds. Like, yeah, I don't understand that one at all. So I feel for you. I feel for you. Oh, Heresy has effectively a new Baneblade kit, but is not compatible with the 40K one. Interesting. Very interesting. And yeah, Warcry models were the best models and the best terrain. Warcry terrain was insane. The microphone picks that up and then they can't hear what we're saying. All right. Question number 3. This one was from Shady Snakes, and this one is new full faction. So not like Crew, where you're like an add-on faction, because like I've often talked about, like, well, there needs to be a Grot Revolution. Yeah, you can play them as your own, just like you can play Crew on their own, but they're not truly a new faction. When he says full faction, we mean like adding in Leagues of Ozon. I really thought about that, but there's not a whole lot of factions out there. There's not things that that aren't an army that haven't been made or just aren't an add-on, right? Like there's more Space Marine chapters that could be made, but again, that's kind of an add-on because it's just a Space Marine chapter, something like that. My answer is Dark Mechanicus. Now, you guys know I'm a Lost in the Damned guy. I totally want Renegade Guard, Traitors, Chaos Cultists, a bunch of just regular bog standard dudes being Chaos. But that kind of already exists. Like there's Cultists in the Codex. You can run Cultists in regular Chaos or in Red Corsairs, right? So they kind of already exist. But Dark Mechanicus does not exist at all. It is only in the lore. It's only in the artwork. There is no Dark Mechanicus. And I want it to truly be dark. I want Vashtor leading it. I want body horror. I want it to be not just Mechanicus, but Black and Spiky. I want them to have diverge and have their whole own thing going on.
You want to make Mechanicus?
Yes. I want Mechanicus even harder to paint. I want all the tryhards out there that have to enter Golden Demon every year to absolutely just bleed out of their eyeballs painting Dark Mechanicus. That's what I want. Space Rats would be really cool too, though. That was my initial tongue-in-cheek answer on Discord. I was like, oh, good question. Yes. Space Skaven would be awesome. I would totally rock Space Skaven. But if I'm the one in charge, if I'm James Workshop, it's going to be Dark Mechanicus. Okay, question number 4. This one was from Gene Bean, and this is our first one that isn't 40K related. And that is my favorite Grot or Squig facts. He wanted 10 facts about the Grots and 10 facts about the Squigs, but that's too many. We ain't nobody got no time for that. So what is my favorite Grot or Squig fact? What do you think, Best Grot?
The best Grot fact is that I'm the best Grot.
So we've got 3 Floof Squigs. Love our Floof Squigs. I think my favorite fact about them is that it was the cat distribution system. 2 of them chose us. The other one came from a shelter. So, that's the best way to get good Squigs. My best Grot fact is actually that all of the Grots have enjoyed painting over the years, even though it's not always Warhammer. And also D&D stuff. So there's definitely a lot of love in the house for nerdy stuff. And, regardless of whether or not they want to do any Warhammer stuff, there's never any pressure. But I do think it's fun that, they all play Skyrim, right? They have all played D&D and liked it. They all like the D&D movie. Like, I love that the Grots embrace their nerdiness. I think that's really cool. That's my favorite Grot fact. Okay. Question number 5. This one is from Bapadap. And it is cream soda or root beer.
What?
Cream soda or root beer?
Root beer.
Really?
Yes.
Not butterbeer? So we went to Universal Studios for the first time ever earlier this summer, and they have butterbeer there, which is a Harry Potter thing, and it is it's like a Werther's original as a cream soda. So it's a cream soda, but it's not. It's like butterscotch cream instead of vanilla cream. Best Grot and I kind of got addicted to them and had a whole bunch of them because they were really, really good. So that might be my answer, but also it could have just been that, it's 100 million degrees in Florida and it's this nice, cold, refreshing, slightly sweet drink that's not a regular soda. But yeah. So I like really good root beers. We'll go to like local breweries or whatever, that have their fungus beer and their swig beer. But a lot of them around here make, real deal non-alcoholic root beer, and that's really fun to get. So if I'm like at a place that makes it, I'm going root beer. But yeah, if you're like at a gas station or something and you're stuck, the regular ones aren't great. The cream soda isn't even all that great.
Mug is pretty good.
Yeah, but
their original one isn't as good, but if you get one of like the flow vanilla ones or stuff,
the dad's root beer in the glass bottle that's made with real sugar instead of corn syrup, that's the one.
Does Cockable count as root beer?
No.
Man, that's pretty good. Except you can drink like a tiny glass.
Right. Oh, Ton of Play 5 says butterbeer is good, but a root beer float is better. Yeah, if you got a float, but that's different though. That's its whole own thing because now it's a float. Now we're talking about like what ice cream you get in there, right? It's got to be classic vanilla, but like what you doing with that?
I tried a classic root beer float at this place that made their own root beer and made their own ice cream, and I decided that cookies and cream with peanut butter brine chunks is gonna be the greatest thing to do.
I worry about you sometimes. Lieutenant Azer has another question. Favorite item I have painted, models, portraits, etc. All right, we're going to save that one for the bonus question. So if we can get the 9 more super chats there, we'll do Lieutenant Azor's question there, or then any other questions that come in after that. But I do like that one. Favorite items I have painted, models, or portraits. It's the old Hires root beer. Travis Bedwells is going to go get an ice cold A&W right now. That's cool. Okay. Number 6, favorite car and why? This came from Dirt Hermit. I did answer on the Discord, but that answer.
W16.
What? Well, wait, what was your answer?
Mercedes W16.
They're all F1 heads around here, so all the answers are going to be F1s. But if you're going to do F1, it's the F2002, the greatest F1 car of all time.
Okay, true.
17 wins.
About this on the other channel.
Right, yeah. So for those of you that don't know, we do have another channel that is about everything cars. It was actually my first YouTube channel. It is really, really old on YouTube. It actually predates Google owning YouTube. It is not like this channel at all. I do not upload regularly. We don't push anything. It's strictly a hobby channel. But if you're interested in car stuff, you should definitely go check it out. It is called Plays with Cars. That is the name of the channel. If you want a link, shoot me up on Discord. I'll throw a link up. But we go do car stuff with big cars, and then sometimes we'll do little cars. The Grats have built Lego F1s and stuff like that on there. But my favorite car, there's a squig.
There's the best.
There's the best squig. This is Zig Pig Squig. My favorite car of all time that I answered is the American Motors AMX3. I'm sure I just said a bunch of words that none of you, even if you're motorheads, know what I said. American Motors is AMC, Rambler, Hudson, Nash. Basically, they all combined. They created American Motors. They were the last independent automaker. They also owned a Jeep for a long time. And then Mom Mopar came knocking, really wanted Jeep. AMC sold out entirely. AMC died so that Jeep may live. And now occasionally you get things called the Eagle or the Hornet or stuff like that. Those are all throwbacks to AMC. However, AMC made a 2-seat sports car, the only American 2-seat sports car besides the original Thunderbird and the Corvette, called the AMX. The AMX was amazing and awesome. It was designed by Bill Mitchell, who's done really, really cool cars. But AMC actually made the first mid-engine car with the AMX3. It predated the De Tomaso Pantera. It was the first one. The AMX3 came out in 69. Pantera wasn't until 71. So it took an AMX 390 V8, stuck it in the middle with a 5-speed manual transactional from OTO McLaren, and then had gorgeous, gorgeous bodywork. They only built 7 of them, and hilariously, all 7 of them are completely different. The Italian bodywork coachwork company that was contracted to do this, there's like, if you go read stories about it, there's a lot of backroom deals and like Italian mafia stuff going on. But the long and the short of it is only 7 cars got built. Only 6 actually got shipped. One has been hidden forever. The owner of the company kept it and nobody knows where it is, but it is definitely out there. There's like secret black and white grainy photographs of it. And then there was an eighth chassis that then got a show car body put on it. And it looks like some crazy 80s wedge thing, but it's actually an AMX3 underneath. There was also a fiberglass push car that was over here in the States that didn't have a chassis that somebody found and repopped bodies off of, so you could build a kit car out of one. Yeah, it's a wild car. So if you want a really, really deep dive into a wacky car that is also gorgeous and also fast, AMX3 is where it's at. We only use dog slits here in Canada. What's a McLaren? A McLaren is a Kiwi thing. You got to go down to New Zealand for McLaren.
McLaren was good in last season with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri getting first in the championship for Lando Norris winning his first title. What?
Can you go check on that, please? If we're doing McLaren, it's the M6A Can-Am car, and there will be no arguments about this. All right. Question number 7. Have you ever, this one is from Kit Bashington. It says, have you ever counted licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop? No. Question number 8 is from H.R. Welch.
Wait. What was the last one about a Tootsie Pop?
Have I ever counted how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? No.
I've never had one.
Question number 8 from H.R. Welch is, can you say aluminium like a Brit? No, I cannot say aluminum. And then we got favorite codex. We never figured out who asked who the favorite codex was. So whoever that was, if you're still around, throw it in the chat so we can properly thank you for this one. Hey, Morthatron just Googled the AMX3. Couldn't agree more. I'm telling you, AMX3, man, that car is awesome. But yeah, there was a question in the chat earlier on what is my favorite codex. Okay, story time, and that's like the point of an AMA, right? What's the squig's name? Ziggy. When
I didn't name it.
When I was young, and I first got into Warhammer, I had a 3rd edition Space Marine Codex that I carried with me absolutely everywhere. I completely dog-eared that thing. I still have it. I still have that actual physical one. And then I had to go buy like a really nice 3rd edition Space Marine Codex so that I have a nice one too. But I memorized everything in that. There was a story at the very last page about like the day in the life of a regular Space Marine. And it was like training and like when they ate and when they prayed. And I don't know, it was really bizarre, and for some reason I loved it. And then they had like the little chart on the 20 legions, and like what all happened with them. And yeah, just I don't know, there was really something about that codex in specific that I loved. That being said, when the 4th edition Space Marine Codex came out, it was the big hardcover one, had the blue and gold Ultramarine on the cover instead of the blue and yellow. I really liked that one too, and I spent almost as much time poring over that one. I brought that one with me on deployment. On one of my deployments when I was in the Coast Guard. For those who don't know, I'm retired from the U.S. Coast Guard. I joined to save people, not hurt people, and then got sent to a bunch of foreign countries. Yada yada yada. Anyways, so I did bring it on deployment with me, so I also have a lot of fond memories of that one. There's so many good ones. I collect codexes. I have normally that bottom shelf down there is wall to wall with codexes. I'm trying to collect every single 3rd edition codex ever made because I really love that soft cover, really small format book. So I still have quite a few more of those to go. I also have every Ork codex ever made, every Imperial Guard codex ever made, every Space Marine codex ever made, and then every Craft World Eldar. I don't do like Drukari and the Harlequins, stuff like that, just regular Eldar. So Craft World Eldar was a real favorite too. However, there is only one answer here, and that is the original Codex Armageddon from 3rd edition. First of all, it was the first codex to have multiple armies in it that weren't from the same faction. And that was a really cool concept to somebody like me that loves lots of things about 40K. Second, every army in it was an absolute banger. First of all, Speed Freaks. Hello, the red ones go faster. We got Speed Freak Orks. How could that not be your favorite codex ever? Second, then you got Black Templar that actually matched the John Blanche artwork. For those of you that don't know or weren't around, the 3rd edition starter set was that iconic John Blanche painting of the Black Templars, like in the pile of bodies, just absolutely, crushing it. But the Black Templars that were out were just an alternate paint scheme of regular tactical Space Marines with bolters on the back of the codex. They were super lame looking. So then Black Templars actually coming out and being different. They were the first Space Marine chapter that like everybody had close combat weapons and bolt pistols instead of bolters. And they had the Emperor's Champion, which was just so uber cool, especially the special edition one that had the 2-handed sword straight in front of him. He was so cool. Then you had the Salamanders. I liked the Salamanders even more than the Black Templars. Yes, I know there's flames, and so I was like, oh, they're like Legion of the Damned, but better. I loved their lore. I loved how Salamanders was one of the original founding chapters. We didn't really know anything about them, and now suddenly here they were, and they were actually cool. A bunch of flamers and a bunch of multi-meltas, and then they finally did some skin colors that weren't Caucasian. Like, dude, choice. And they're green. Like, oh, love Salamanders. Love a Salamanders army. And then, of course, you've got Armageddon Steel Legion. So one of the most iconic guard regiments of all time. And at the time, remember, Imperial Guard were very, very thematic. And you had to have infantry companies. So you had to have 2 infantry squads and an infantry command squad to make a company. And that was one troops choice. And you needed 2 of those to field an Imperial Guard army. So every Imperial Guard army was just a ton of bodies. And then out came a mechanized force, right? It was the Armageddon Steel Legion because they all rode around in steel tanks. So you had to take a Chimera with the squad inside of it. They were mechanized, and I absolutely loved that. So all 4 armies in it were bangers. The lore was awesome. The fact that they did their first ever worldwide campaign story with it, and you would like mail in the results of your games, and that would like change the lore. The Gazgul model that came out with it, like to me, that is an absolute high watermark that will just never be equaled because it's like because it was first. Because it was first, it will never be equal. So that is my favorite codex. Yeah, Deck Flame, I'm with you. The early 3rd edition skinny codexes, they punch way above age count. I really like all of them. The Craft World Eldar one is an excellent, excellent one. The first Imperial Guard one is great. I don't like the second one too much. In 3rd edition, some armies got 2 codexes. But yeah, Orks 1 to War GW cheated. Absolutely.
Beaky Swollen.
All right. And then question number 10. This one was from McFatson in the chat here tonight. What was the most ambitious project, model, or paint project that I have yet to start? I've actually talked about this on the channel before. I have an idea that I've been percolating for a very long time that I cannot wait to do. And maybe we'll do it in the new studio. I don't know. We'll see. You guys know we have a background, right? And part of YouTube is having a really interesting background for people to look at, right? Like Chapter Master Velgarn has this to the nines, right? His drip in the back is just stunning, right? So good.
It's got helmets, bolters, like banners,
right. Like we want to emulate that for sure, but right, there's only so much orc stuff out there. It's not like Space Marines.
Which is why we're adding beaky stuff.
Which is why we're adding beaky stuff, right? Like we're gonna kind of go all 40k stuff instead of just orcs. But what I really want to do is build an orc kill cruiser. For those of you that don't know, Battlefleet Gothic, orcs have a fleet and they have cruisers. And their cruisers look like a giant piranha, for lack of a better term, okay? They're huge. They're really chunky. They're cool looking. What I want to do is build an outline of one, right? Like out of wood up on the entire wall. Like build it 40K scale and have it be like a cutaway of the inside of the kill cruiser, right? So the little engine room in the back will actually have like engines modeled in it. But then in the belly, it's going to be like the whole of all the orcs getting ready to go down to the surface and invade. And that's where my army is going to be. So that holds my army. And it's like we're getting ready to drop onto the planet out of the belly of the kill cruisers. It's going to have the Stompas and the Morkanauts and all that stuff. Everything's going to be in there. All the boys are all loaded up in their trucks. Everybody's ready to go, right? So it doubles as the display for my army itself. But I mean, think about that background. Having a 40K size kill cruiser cutaway on the wall would be absolutely mind-blowingly epic. So yeah, that is my most ambitious project that I have yet to start. Like I have blueprints, I have hand drawings, I have like concept art, but I have yet to actually like saw a piece of wood or actually start like clearing a wall or something for it. Because boy, that is a project.
You should do a tiny trench line underneath it for the trench defenders, or make it all mine.
The trench defender. That could be your thing.
Just saying.
James Wilson, epic idea. When are you getting it finished? If I start now, probably when the channel hits 40K subscribers. That would be my guess. All right, guys. Any last second questions? I know we didn't hit the super chats, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So even though we haven't hit all 20, if you guys have any extra questions for the AMA, let's go ahead and do them anyway. You guys know Big Mac likes to just celebrate things. We don't play hard and fast with rules around here. We're all filthy casuals. There was one not too far up. Where was that? That was the first one we were going to answer. Where are we at here? I know I saw it. I'm going to go to the other thingy there. There we go. It was. I thought I had flagged it. Because there was McFadson's, so it was right after McFadson's. James Wilson asked, I must have missed this one the first time around. What is the velocity of 2 unladen bonkas carrying a coconut? 3. Let's see. Takes are awesome. Vampire Warcry model. Space Rings. Where is that question? What? Oh. Let's see. Ton of Clay 5 asks favorite display case. IKEA. That's that one right there. It's from IKEA. I like that one. Bubba the Wizard asks, do I have Clonk the Rock Brow Squig plus opinion on him? I do not have Clonk. I do not have Clonk the plastic. I do not have Clonk the plushie. I need to buy Clonk the plushie to go with our collection.
Oh, Dad.
What? I know. We keep forgetting to order him.
Like 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, it was weird because they announced him before Christmas and then he didn't come out till the spring. So I keep forgetting to order him. But Clonk the plushie, absolutely 10 out of 10. Need to buy. Clonk the model, I love. I really wanted to buy it to Kibash into something 40K, but it just doesn't translate. And I've realized that all of these really cool AOS orcs that I want for my 40K army, I need to just build an AOS army, honestly, because I think they're cooler being in their realm. Because like the orc that comes with Clonk, like his like fur, leather apron, or whatever get up, and his tools, like they're so old school, but they're perfect in that setting. And like the Ardboys, I love their metal armor and how it's like pig iron that's just been hammered to death. It's so stinking cool. So I love Clonk, but Clonk does not belong in 40K. Clonk should just be an AOS and live his best life. Yes, he is an Age of Sigmar model.
You should get Clonk for Lilo. Just we have.
Lilo does not have Clonk. Oh, there we go. That was the question. Jojo M1, what was your most difficult and longest to make kit bashes? My most difficult was honestly probably my original Black Templar. Way back in the day, Third edition, I started 40K. I built Space Marine Army. It got damaged in Hurricane Floyd. Rebuilt it as different Space Marines. It lived for a while, and then Codex Armageddon came out, and I was like, I've got to have Black Templar. My buddy Warboss Eric played Salamanders. I really wanted Salamanders, but he had already called dibs, and like, you know, back then you can't play the same army as your buddies. That's not cool. So I had to do Black Templar. And so I converted my Space Marines to Black Templar. So I bought a bunch of like assault squad arms and stuff like that. And I literally chopped everything to pieces, but I didn't just chop off their arms. I chopped all their legs and stuff and made them from the standing poses to like dynamic running poses. I really liked that army. I was really proud of how it came out. I had like 3 rhinos. I converted one of them into a Razorback. Like I bought like the Razorback upgrade sprue and like actually cut it back apart and re-glued it together as a Razorback. My Land Raider Crusader was fully painted inside. So it had, you know, the opening doors, assault ramp, and you could see everything inside of it. I did a 6-man squad for the Razorback that had like all the chains and stuff around all their weapons. I added all the chains. I used like some Dark Angels like to like do the robes and stuff, because this was before they really had robes on the Templar models themselves. Absolutely was super proud of that army. I sold it. I regret selling it. That being said, I recently found photos of it for the first time in like 20 years. And I don't think it's aged as well in real life as it has in my head. But I do remember at the time, with the materials and the models we had at the time, that it was really, really cool. So that was probably my most difficult and longest to make, because it was an entire army. It was like 2,000 points plus back then, and totally converted the whole thing. Took an entirely built and painted army completely apart and rebuilt it. All right, Azamak 2401 asks, what is a unit or model that I would hard pass on returning? Oh, so one that's gone that doesn't need to come back? One that's gone that doesn't need to come back. Let me think about that one in the background while we move on here. Jehu781, any heresy kits you recommend for bashing? All of them. All of the Imperial Guard tanks are way better than the modern Imperial Guard tanks, so you should totally just use those. And, you know, and turn them into chimeras and basilisks and stuff. The actual Imperial Guard guys themselves are also way cooler than not Castrican. Castrican. What are the other guys? The ones with the Tempestus. I don't like Tempestus Scions. I think they're really just not great looking. So use the Horsey Heresy Imperial Guard instead of the Scions. Mechanicus stuff, all the Mechanicus stuff is better. So yeah, just kind of all of them. The actual Space Marines, I don't love them, to be honest. I've tried kit bashing with them a few times, and they're not the greatest. They are a slightly different scale, and they don't really line up great. I do like the what were the big giant pauldron Terminators? We did the kit bash of those. That guy right there, that yellow guy. Saturnine. I did like the Saturnine Terminators, but they are massively difficult to build. Each leg is like 17 pieces. Not even joking. Like, they're crazy pants. Yeah. Shady Snakes. I took that mech guy from AOS and made your OBM avatar art with it. Yo, let's go. That's cool. McFadden, 25 minutes in the past, but another question. Have I seen the new Necromunda starter sets? I have. Getting any cool ideas for them? Oof. Okay, here's the thing about Necromunda, because I've actually done this before. I have bought a bunch of Necromunda warbands and then started to convert them into Imperial Guard armies, and then I quit. Necromunda is cool because Necromunda is cool. You don't need to convert them. You just need to play Necromunda. Necromunda has the best terrain kits. I should know. I have 4 of them, as Beskrat found out today. Necromunda has the best, like, dude models, like plain humans, in all of the 40K stuff. And it has, like, the best lore, the best special characters. Like, just play Necromunda. That being said, I did have, at one point, I was going to do an Imperial Guard army that was a penal legion. and have like a bunch of prisoners and stuff in it. But it was also going to be like an amalgamation where it was going to have like a random squad or two from all of the different like Necromunda gangs or whatnot. I was going to use them as basis to make like different squads. So like if you ever read the Tanith book series from Dan Abnett, he always talks about Imperial Guard armies being made up of all sorts of random regiments when they actually get to the front line. And I always loved that. And you never see it on the battlefield. And since they got rid of like Talorn and Valhallan and Mordian and all that,
Dude, Valhalla?
right?
You could only from a book series of Warhammer.
Right. You could only run, stupid Cadians or Catachans, and now the Krieg, and that's it. Like that's all they made. And this was like before they had even dropped Krieg. So there was only two. It was like Cadians and Catachans, and I didn't like either one of them. So I was like, I'm gonna make my Imperial Guard army be one or like a couple of squads or whatever from each of the Necromunda gangs, like to the point where like the Mauler, the bike things, I was going to use those as my horses, as my Attilan Rough Riders, right? Like I was getting into it, and then I just it's so much conversion work. It is so much conversion work, and really at the end of the day, I kind of just wanted to play Necromunda. Shady Snake says, speaking of the Clonk plush, that's my 3-year-old's favorite, along with the Night Goblin. Nice. We got the Red Gobbo, the original Grot, little Spanagrot, and the original Squig. But we need to get the new ones, including the Night Goblin, because they look awesome. Necromunda conversion for Gorka Morka Digas would be amazing. Yeah, Last Chancers, man. I would love modern Last Chances. Colonel Schaefer's Last Chancers was a knockoff Dirty Dozen. They made a metal squad of them that are like peak Imperial Guard. Whenever a full set comes up, they're like $300 and they still sell instantly because they are that good. But yeah, a modern Last Chancers or even just converting them out of a bunch of plastic stuff would be really, really cool. The problem with Necromunda is you can't even pretend to want to keep up with it until the current edition, where they think they pared it down to like 27 active books. Yeah, I should say I don't need to play all of Necromunda. I'm one of those people that would like buy the new starter set and only play the rules in the starter set, but I would buy like a bunch of extra of the different squads just to build them. But like I wouldn't actually get the books or anything for them, if that makes sense. Big Fat's at 20 minutes behind, time for 1.5 speed. We're almost done. We are answering any other AMA questions here at the last second because we only got 3 minutes left of the super chat and it's time to go. I got to get some grots to bed or they'll turn into squigs. So it's your last chance to ask any questions for the AMA here, guys. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the countdown. So throw your questions down in the comments below. We'll give this one last ride before it's time to call it a night for Monday Night WAAAGH. You guys got any questions for Best Grot?
Yeah, move. It's time for
last call for Squig Hall. Yeah, any questions for Best Grot? Any questions for Old Big Mech? We'll finish those out here. And remember, use code 10K at theredonesgofasta.com. If it's before 10 a.m. Pacific on the 18th, you'll get 10% off your entire order. And again, the couple of you that can't do it in time, make sure you DM me over on Discord. I'll get you hooked up with a one-time use code. You want a big K. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that. Best Grot got 2 questions. I should just let you run the channel. They all like you better than me.
Yeah, we should do like a something grot.
Can you?
Do your best grot. What makes you best grot? Because I'm the best grot. I've been the best. I was born the best. I've always been the best. I've always beaten all of the others that were
favorite grot fact. The grots all named themselves. When we started the channel, like they're all arguing. He's like, well, I'm the best grot. And the other one's like, well, I'm the favorite grot. And the other one's like, well, I'm the first grot. So they just named themselves. So he's best grot because he said he was best grot. Oh, Deherminator's got a question for you too.
What's Best Grot's favorite model he painted? Oh man, I will be back.
He will be back. He's got to get it. Ton of Play asks thoughts on the upcoming Warhammer Plus mini from the Grot. I'll give you my thoughts. I think it's amazing. It stinks that it's yet another orc dying, right? What are you looking for?
I can't go upstairs.
Oh,
Favorite grot is asleep.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, just tell them what's your favorite.
I can't just tell them.
You can just tell them.
Fine. Okay. So I went to Mindtaker and I looked through the bits and I decided that I was going to build my own space marine. No help from him. Poo on him. Okay. He's out of the picture. Just me. And I went through all of their sprues and everything. I picked out a base. I picked out a guy. And I made a lieutenant, I think, which we now put in my command squad that I really like. And I've repainted him like 3 times and we stripped him. And I just painted him really well. And I really like it.
Nice. Good answer. You know what we could do? We could do a members only video showing off that model, and I'll grab my favorite model too.
Like a video?
Yeah, we'll do it. You know how we did the members only video for the update on all of your army that we got painted? We'll do a members only video showing off that model and my favorite painted model.
We should just give it a day and maybe 6, I know too. They just get to see it first.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Diffuse and Ashes, when does grot school start? When does grot school start?
Like school from me to you? Or
no, like
for me being taught by teachers? I don't know. I'm not keeping track of that stuff.
Next Tuesday, you got 1 week left. It depends on the grot. One of them has already started. All you need to do is turn it 90 degrees and blast a hole through the marine and the orc wins. Absolutely. Yeah, Andrew Fisher, we'll do that. We'll put a photo of Grot's favorite model up in the Discord. All right, guys, our goal has ended. We are done for the night. We have been going at this for more than 2 hours. Best Grot needs his beauty sleep. Otherwise, he's going to look like a squig in the morning. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us on Monday night for another Monday Night WAAAGH. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on your way out the door. Get your drip at theredonesgofasta.com. Use code 10K before 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow to get 10% off your order. The couple of you that I said to shoot me a DM, and I will get you a one-time 10% off code later on in the week. That is an open invitation to anybody. You guys know I like taking care of you. And again, the 10% off was a big thank you for hitting 10,000 subs. So yeah, absolutely. Thanks for hanging out for our 10 question AMA. I think that has ended all of our 10 things, but it's been a super fun celebration for hitting 10,000 subscribers. It's been super fun finally getting to launch Orks into 11th edition. Yeah, what a time to be a player. What a time to be a collector. What a time to be a fan. Yeah, it's going to be great. And in 14 more days, it's going to be even more great. We can't see it.
It's going to be even.
It's going to be even better.
No, it's going to be even more great.
I like it. There's a new segment, Last Call with Best Grot. Oh, I like it. We'll have to get Best Grot to call off the end of the stream every time.
We're not.
Right? Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to be streaming from your room nowadays.
Video call me.
Right. If Mr. Goodrich was a tool, what tool would he be? Oh. 3/8-inch box end wrench. Mainly because he would constantly be used wrong. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us. Appreciate each and every one of you. We'll catch you in the next video. And until then, you got to say it.
You're supposed to say
WAAAGH! Sponsored by Butterbeer.
Sponsored by Butterbeer is hilarious.